Happy Monday, everybody. This is Karen Jones. Today is Monday, June 23rd, 2014. I went to the City Hall for the press conference, joint press conference with Mayor McRevenue and our chief, who announced his forced retirement. That's what it was, forced retirement. It was kind of sad to see him being made to retire. It's a good officer, policeman, community oriented, and you had this little mayor, Mayor McRevenue, who said that he wanted to get to the bottom of some things because there's been some half-truths out there, vindictive things being stated against him. Y'all know the mayor is a liar, and I told him he was, because you have to keep your integrity in anything you do, and I think Chief Murphy has done that. Kept his composure, even tempered. One thing I did like, his wife did a boss move. The Mayor McStimpy walked over to like shake her hand, and she went stoic, just like she wasn't studying that, baby. You know, we women are different. We don't have time for that. But all in all, I believe what Chief said is true. Everything he said, I believe it. One thing that it stood out, he said, "I do not fear truth. And if anybody has any questions, I will answer them right now." Ooh, the mayor looked a little shocked. And one thing, another great thing that stood out, what Chief Murphy said, in his position, he seeks excellence. He demands accountability. And he tries to be fair. I believe that. He has a high standard of leadership and accountability. I believe that in him. And I'm not just saying that because of what he said today, but he's a community-oriented policeman. He comes to worship with people. He comes to community events. He speaks anytime you have questions. He's very accessible. And he said it wasn't his wish to retire. He works at the pleasure of the mayor. On Friday, June 13th, he said Mayor Strange told them that he would not return. That what Mayor McLevenue told Chief Murphy. And then Todd Strange, like, I just can't let that go without saying what I have to say. So the mayor got up there and was like, you know, it was once some issues going on well before his brother's death, and he keep on bringing up the brother's death. He better be glad Chief Murphy not a black man. You know that. I hate the stereotype, but you know, you keep on pushing that man button about his brother. So anyway, the mayor was like, it was 15.9. No, he said it was some expenditures that the chief did without authorization, like trying to have a contract with the Renaissance for a Christmas party for the officers. Chief Murphy said, yeah. He didn't deny it. I don't think that he did it intentionally as a cover-up anything. Christmas party at the Renaissance. Come on, Mayor McRevenue. How many things have you done expenditure-wise that weren't appropriate? Such as the $15.9 million on page 3 of your budget that you sign off on for fines and forfeitures. Told me, old Mayor McRevenue said that wasn't true. Check your page 3 of your budget. You know what you create every year and sign off on. You did that. But you don't have to tell me anything on June 30th when you go to court, federal court. You have to answer to the federal judge about why y'all throwing poor people in jail who can't pay tickets, outlandish tickets. And you come back and tell us what's appropriate or not, Mr. Mayor McRevenue. So y'all stay tuned on June 30th. And another thing that I want to forewarn the citizens of Montgomery, Chief Murphy said something that was very, very, very important. He said that he was citizen-based. Those old, outdated policing methods were no longer needed. He's community-centric. Now, he was talking about there's no more need for 21 Jump and the SWAT team and the helicopters going to these neighborhoods. Sound like to me that what y'all mayor want to go back to. You remember the days. You remember the days when the relationship between the community and the police was not good. And if you don't remember, ask your parents or grandparents. But there was a time that the community did not have a good relationship with Montgomery Police Department. Another thing that the mayor said that stood out to me, and you have to listen to what people say. He said Chief Murphy brought about positive and progressive light, a positive and progressive light to the city of Montgomery nationally. He talked about the 1961 incident in Montgomery and gave his badge to Representative John Lewis. The 1961 incident in Montgomery. I'm just saying now. You have to listen to how people say things and what they say. This is your mayor. One thing that Chief Murphy said, and you could connect with him. He said, my people are the citizens of Montgomery. I tried to be a positive and productive officer. And I think he really has. And I think he has been fair. I think he's in his right mind. I wouldn't dare question his mental stability, as would I Mayor Todd Strange, because he made some, in my opinion, opinions, and because I say opinions because they're not fact-based, what he's saying. It's such a shame. Such a shame that he forced our chief out. He forced our chief out. And it's just a sad day in the city of Montgomery. The city in which talks we are the birthplace of the civil rights movement, yet in my opinion we've become the death place of unity. He's going to be on paid administrative leave, Chief Murphy, until September the 30th. Very sad day, but the chief said this isn't it isn't over. This isn't the last of him. I asked the mayor, well, what would it take for us to have you to retire early? Didn't give me a good reply. So anyway, that's what went on today, and I want you all to be well aware of what's going on in our city. Anytime you have a mayor who becomes tyrannical in his dictatorship leader style, you better be made aware of this, because if he does it to his own chief of police, what will he do to the layman, common man in the streets? He's out of control. We need to vote him out, elect him out next year. Did also want to let you know, I didn't see but 3 city councilmen there. That was Jen Wright, C.C. Calhoun, and Pruitt. Reverend Willie Welch was there. Dennis Latham. Jamel Brown spoke well. Dennis Latham offered some good comments, some questions. Willie Durham, Ron Sanders, Bishop Crawford, I did see briefly. I had to get out of the room, you know, when the mayor got back up there with all those extra lies, some more lies, some more lies. I had to go. I couldn't stand it anymore. And I don't want to have to particularly get arrested for keep calling the man a liar, which he is. And he says it with such a straight face, even though if you ask him a question, it turns red from cheek to cheek, forehead, the T-zone. That's when you know he really lying and really upset, because he asked me, what did you say? Like, you know. And I told him, I said, you a liar. I said, you are a liar. And, you know. But it's a sad day in Montgomery, Alabama. And I hope all citizens remember Chief Murphy and keep him and his family in your prayers for strength. Because not for one do I trust Mayor McRevenue and whatever is on his mind to do. Because Chief Murphy told the truth today. And I was very proud of him and to have him in our city as a leader. And I pray the best for our interim chief, Chief Brown and Chief Cook. They work together well as a team with Chief Murphy. So I pray for the best for them and for them to keep their heads up. Have a great day.